Stinger. Hello and welcome to the World of Tanks. I'm CabbageMechanic, and with me as always is Stream Elf down in the corner, TragicLoss. And we got CrzyBooP hanging out. Hope you had a wonderful holidays.
Doesn't have a microphone on for some reason.
Oh, you don't?
CrzyBooP.
CrzyBooP doesn't.
CrzyBooP
You
has
don't. You
zero
want to put
microphone.
that on, Chief. Anyway, hope you all had a wonderful holidays. Apologies, I missed last week. I'm still recovering from my ankle surgery. Doing pretty well though. Thanks for all the well wishes. We're here today to talk about the World of Tanks game. You may have heard of it. This is the PC channel. I saw some people talking about console in the chat, but we'd be happy to forward you to the console folks at our nearest convenience. You can go watch Tanksors and Rybot talk about console and let them know any issues you're having with the game. I do want to remind you guys that we still have the Holiday Ops event going on, so make sure to finish assembling your ornaments, get your holiday cheer level up, make sure you're taking advantage of that festive atmosphere bonuses for each level you go up.
You have to finish it by the 13th.
By the 13th, with the
Before
exception
4 a.m.
of the Holiday Ops vehicles bonuses, which, exclusive news that has already been told, the Holiday Ops vehicle slots that you earn with the holiday cheer. Tragic, if you could go to my screen really quick so I can show that off. Yes, I can. These things right here.
Oops,
wrong screen.
There
we go. Those will last until later this month. So make sure you slot vehicles into these and you get these extra crew experience, combat experience, free experience, depending on the vehicle class. Enjoy that bonus. You'll get it for most of the rest of January.
The Twitch care package, when does that end?
Care package Lima, which comes with, I know it comes with an STRV rental and some other cool crew stuff. That ends the end of the month, January 30th. Actually, there's 31 days in January, isn't there?
Well,
Close
you're
to
still
the
correct.
Close to the end.
It's the end.
Yeah, still ends on the 30th.
Yeah. If you got the E75 TS or the 730-2, make sure that you pick up the Tank Mastery missions. Those are on the monthly preview on the news portal. You can activate the code there for special missions for playing those tanks and getting better at them.
The first of their kind.
The very first of their kind.
Yes.
Well, we have done them for Tech Tree tanks too, but it's the first one's for premium.
First one's for premiums. That's what I was
First premium time.
Yes. Other news real quick. You want to cover the weekly watcher situation, Tragic?
Yeah, so this month, Weekly Watcher is not going to run as it usually would. We're still going to have a code on Thursday, but there is not going to be a mission. So basically, all of the rewards you would have gotten for playing the mission, you're just going to get for redeeming the code. And then basically when you redeem the code, there isn't a consecutive bonus for this month. It's just going to be for every code that you get, that just adds to your streak. So if you get 2 codes, you'll get a 2-week streak, 3 is 3 weeks, and then 4 codes is 4 weeks. So you could, well, technically only the 2 and 3 streaks doesn't really require. Anyways, yeah. Basically, get codes. You still have the Weekly Watcher codes to get, but you will not have to play a battle to complete the mission.
PKL, to answer your question, if you shatter all your ornaments and you're at level 10, it's going to break down that multiplier, so you won't be getting as many credits. So keep that in mind.
There you go. As far as the extended bonus, so that's just for the vehicle slots again, I don't think that your ornaments shard bonus will be affected by that, if I remember correctly. Some other little bits in tidbits.
Timbits?
Timbits.
Piddly bits.
For our Canadian friends out there. We got the Sheriff Hunt. That's every Thursday from 2 to 4 p.m. You can hunt down our social media guys, Apollo and Chauncey, on their Sheriff accounts. Check out our Twitter or Facebook feeds for more info on that. Showdown Saturday this week is the Duck, the AMX 40. It's a crowd favorite. It's our favorite. It's Michael Lovin's favorite. So if you are a fan
I got
of
that
the
high
Duck,
score. That was me.
Was you?
Yeah.
So if you and it's also double the rewards this week because it's the Duck, because we just love the Duck so much. So make sure you get your Showdown Saturday score in this week. If you're not familiar with that, it's a little contest where one of us puts up a score on a Twitter or Facebook page. You go beat that score, prove that you beat it with a post, and then you get some cool stuff. And this week it's twice as much stuff as usual. So how about that? We got Meme Mondays going on the Discord. If you're not on the Discord, consider joining. It's a pretty cool hub for all things World of Tanks. We got all kinds of different conversation areas for people to talk about the game, how to get better at the game. A lot of cool content being posted there from our community contributors, some of whom are in chat. I saw So Slow and a few other in there. So check that out if you're not in it. And I think that's our news. Is that our news?
Yep, that's our news.
Damn.
Alberto, you want us to ban the gold shooters? I won't be able to play anymore.
Oh, yeah, I'm going to get banned, too, if we're banning all the gold shooters. Tiger Tank 2 says, greetings from Fort Benning. Hello from Austin, Texas. Hope you're having a good time there in Fort Benning. I'm hoping to make it out there sometime this year to check out their new armor museum. I hear awesome things. Discord link is being posted in the chat by TragicLoss. Thank you very much.
Fort Benning was the scary place.
Real slow news day. It's a bit slow. We're still coming out of the holidays. The main beats right now, as we call them, are going to be the wrapping up of the holiday ops, and then we're going to be getting into our post holiday ops stuff soon.
Did you talk about the Meme Mondays?
Vex says, "Don't forget the containment zone for weeps." Yes, there is an anime containment zone. Did we talk about what?
The Meme Mondays?
We did, in fact, talk about Meme Mondays. There was controversy over the Meme Monday last week, or the last contest, by the way, because a meme that had more votes didn't end up winning. That was not admin abuse. The meme that got the most votes was not relevant to the topic of that week's contest. So you do have to make a relevant. It was still a funny meme, but you have to make a topically relevant meme to the Meme Monday contest.
Yeah. Did you say
part of the rules.
Wait, did you say the current topic for this month?
This one is New Year's, right? New Year 2020.
Or 2020.
So, yeah, New Year or 2020. I mean, maybe a nice Tanks resolution. I don't know. You guys are the memers. Let us know what you
I
come
want
up
to see
with.
Barbara Walters.
Barbara Walters
It has to happen.
for 2020.
Tiger Tank says, it's not scary. What are you talking about? Did I say it was scary?
No, I did.
Oh, what'd you say it was scary about?
Because I heard basic training was intense there.
Oh, yeah, you were in the Army, so Fort Benning has a different meaning for you.
Like we were in processing,
yeah.
and they were like terror stories about Fort Benning and like how it was like what's that movie, Full Metal Jacket?
Yeah.
So I was like, oh god, no.
John4787 says you're going to enjoy new tanks at the Interior Regiment Museum. I sure hope so. There's so much new stuff that you guys have gotten. I know you got a new T-34. You got the Centurion up and running. You got some Chieftains. I'm trying to get our own very own Chieftain up there to see some of that stuff, and hopefully I'll be up there later this year to see it myself. Allwar says, when do we get our Michael Loven Muppet sticker to slap on the duck? It's a good idea. A special duck style for Loven.
See, I think we should have a bow tie. A bow tie would be very relevant.
I mean, I think if he was like the one thing he would want the most if he could get a cosmetic in the game, I think would be an actual duck themed style for the MX-40.
Yeah.
The ducky bow tie.
Yes,
That's
with a bow
pretty
tie.
rare.
The duck could have a bow tie for sure.
It
We'll try and make it happen
3D
for you, folks.
skin
And for
with
Loven.
with like feathers and stuff.
Insanely
Imagine
average, I
that.
was in for 6 years.
There you go. Okay, folks. So it is going to be a pretty relaxed day. We'll be answering questions in the chat. Jolly Grim asked about my ankle. My ankle's doing pretty well. I can't walk on it yet, but
He has a cool scar.
I have a cool scar. Well, I don't know about cool, but it's large.
It's there.
But in 2 weeks, I get to go in for another X-ray, and if they say everything's good, I get to start learning to walk again. So I'm excited about that. Though I think it's going to be painful, judging by what I'm going through right now. Anyway, we're going to hang out with you guys, do some platoons, and just play some World of Tanks. And yeah, Mr. Meepus on Twitch asks, is Frontline coming back in 2022? Well, it's a bit early to plan for 2202, but for this year, it will be coming back. We have already announced in the holiday article that Frontline will be coming back for earlier than you think, probably this year, and that it'll be a combined event with Steel Hunter, which will also come back later this year. And similar to this or last year, how people were able to earn the awesome, badass AE Phase 1, there will be other cool rewards for pursuing the total progression through those two events. So yes, Frontline is coming back, and yes, Steel Hunter is coming back, and they will be tied together.
On that note, I will be dropping a link to a fresh preview of 2020 Moscow event news, which outlines things that we're doing this year, including things like Crew 2.0, equipment reworking, and New Balance. What are those? Those are not the shoes, guys. Not the shoes.
Oh.
Monty says, hey, Cabbage, you can put vitamin E on the scar, help lighten it up. Cut E capsules if you cannot locate period. I don't know, Monty. Chicks dig scars. I may keep it. but I'll keep that in mind.
I'll make up a way cooler story.
Rua Trainman says, "Hey Cabbage, was it your shifting leg you broke? No riding for a while. Fortunately for me, Rua, it was my right ankle, so I will be just fine. I should be back on the bike in a few weeks here. I'm very excited about it.
Did not have to use the rear brake.
The downside is it was also my throttle foot, so it's probably going to take me some time to get the nice sensitivity on the driving foot. But I care more about riding than I do about driving, so I'll be good."
Yeah.
Okay, so I think we're ready to get we got the platoons.
Yeah.
I want to play some
so
tanks.
Up first, we have Voss99, who put, "I waited this time."
Thanks, Voss. Randall Green says, "Are you considering a replacement for Watt Weekly? Guido and Menz are picking up some slack, but neither will wear a bow tie." Shout out to Guido and Watt Guru Cody Menz for continually producing awesome content for us. And shout out to Guido Guido helped us uncover a bot farm that we banned today. So thanks, Guido.
What tier?
Well, that's up to Voss.
Streamer's choice.
It's our
You get to
choice.
choose. You choose.
Tier 6.
Tier 6 it is. As far as a replacement for Watt Weekly, in fact, we are currently hiring for positions on our new video team here in Austin. If you go to wargaming.com/careers, you can find the job postings and apply if you think you're up to the task. We're looking for a video editor and a host/producer. We need a badass 2-man team. I said badass twice now. Sorry, I'm repeating myself. But we need an awesome 2-man team to pick up the torch that Michael, Steven, and Amy are surrendering. So yes, we are absolutely looking at replacing our video team. In the short term, Watt Weekly won't come back the way it was, but we're still looking to have a Friday update for everyone that at least provides most of the same information, if not all of the wonderful personal touch that Mr. Loven and team produce. Okay, so tier 6. I'm going to get into
I
this.
miss playing on stream?
Yeah.
A little bit, but it's nice to not have to worry about both producing the stream and also playing the stream
Doing
and also
both.
talking.
Yeah,
so.
doing both is rough for sure.
All right, we ready for tier 6 counting?
I am.
Let's count
Yeah, Tiger Tank says, "Put another quarter in the jar." Oh man, if I had such a jar, it would be a lot.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. And as you see, Cabbage, our chat works.
Yeah, the chat's working better than it was.
Oh, it's
We
the
get it
little
fixed.
things.
Shout out to Restream for getting that figured out. Apparently,
It's been a little bit.
Exo says, "Bring Loven back." Man, it honestly was a nobody wanted to break up that relationship. It was a matter of circumstance. Allwar says, "Tragic equals Picard." She tells Cabbage and Crazy to make it so. As long as I
Only
get to
on
be Riker, I'm happy.
Just don't shave your beard because everyone will hate you.
Yeah, well, it was season 1. Yeah, that was
Yeah,
like
I
me
know.
in 2009, which was the last year I went
Do
without
not
a beard.
spam chat wargaming.
Sorry, my beard is about a decade old. As you can see, it's starting to go gray.
Oh man.
It's been around that long.
Do beards age in like dog years? Is that what you're saying?
No, I mean it's just normal beard life. They
normal
get grayer over
beard
time.
life.
It's just the nature of the beast.
I'm in tier 6. I probably shouldn't go fight with heavies.
I
Well,
mean,
never mind. I'm the only other heavy.
Hey, Super Nico Powers in the chat. Happy New Year
Super
to do,
Nico
friend.
Power.
I hope you're doing well.
Hey. What tank would Jad be? Type 5 versus...
What's a Jad?
It's a RuneScape boss.
Oh, I see.
Cromwell versus
Solo kidding, that's fine.
Type 5. Hyper Total.
Cromwell or Type 5? Or
Cromwell versus a Type 5. That's what it would be like.
okay.
Just like
I
plinking
don't
away.
understand this reference.
Don't worry about it.
As far as
It's a
other
dumb
games, if we're going to
reference.
talk about them, Tarkov certainly sweeping the nation right now.
Yeah.
It's pretty
What is
hardcore.
Tarkov?
It's
It,
similar to PUBG in which you drop in, but any equipment that you gain and then survive until you can like put your equipment away. If you die before you put it away, you lose all that equipment.
it's multiplayer stalker with
Yeah.
elements of Daisy.
Yeah.
Limmy says, I think EFT will fall off. Yeah, I mean, it's certainly on a peak right now. It will probably fall off from where it is now. But, you know, we're always keeping an eye on what the rest of the industry is doing, and they've certainly had a lot of success over the holidays here. And as someone who played their game for the first time over the holidays, it's pretty cool.
The Hobbling Farmer says, Tragic is the same size as Cabbage and Crazy. What sorcery is this?
It's been that way for a while, hasn't it?
Yeah, it actually has.
Just not on the big head mode.
Yeah, in big head mode, we don't do that. Else I would take up too much of the screen with my large personality.
So that guy's got a Panzer 4S, which I believe is the other rental from the care package Lima, right?
I believe
it's a Panzer 4S and then the STRV.
What about a ranked season of 1 versus 1, just like in World of Warships? Was a great mode.
That is an interesting idea, and I thought it was really cool that they did that.
Woo.
Oh, wow. I really deserve
The
that.
hype came out of nowhere. It's been around for like 2 years. That's true. Well, so as far as I know, Tarkov did Twitch drops.
They
so
did.
A lot of streamers picked it up.
Twitch
so
drops
that way
was definitely a big part of it.
Yeah, so a lot of people, I believe, owned
I'm
the game,
dead.
but it wasn't super
Switch to CrzyBooP
popular
screen.
because
That
people
was so dumb.
didn't have things to like play the
Did you
game
not make
with.
No, I just made a really dumb decision and died.
Oh.
Is Tank Talent Show still going on? Yes, we're gonna have it on tomorrow. I just have I've been recovering from a medical procedure, and so I haven't been in the right state of mind to be able to run that. So, yeah.
Surgery 5.
Yeah, woo.
1v1 was the most fun. They had tanks should consider it. That's an interesting idea. Insanely Average says, why do you promote Intel, not AMD? Well, Insanely Average, to be completely honest, because we've been working with Intel with our software for many years now, and they've been really great to us, and we have a relationship with them. That's why. I mean, I don't think we have any animosity towards AMD. But stuff like the new ray tracing that we announced earlier last year, that was, and even the 1.0 update, which came out 2 years ago now, those were done in coordination with Intel, working with them directly. So we have a good working relationship with them. They've helped us do a lot with a relatively little. One of the reasons that World of Tanks can look really amazing on a high-end PC and still be totally playable on a low-end PC is because of the help that Intel's given us. So again, the short answer is we work with Intel a lot directly, and we have a great relationship. We love those guys and girls.
Any
luck,
new
Voss.
maps coming? So we're bringing back. I believe they're working on bringing back Pearl River, which
Yes.
was a player favorite a while back because it had a lot of paths, and it was a very flexible map.
Zooming in on Voss here. We're going to see Voss. Oh, no, the E25. Rip Voss.
I haven't looked into the forums lately. Is there a scavenger hunt this month? No, but I believe Domo is working on bringing it back for next month. We'll see how things work out.
How did that?
but
Oh, man.
I do believe.
That was unfortunate, Voss. That one should have penned.
I thought we were doing good.
Yeah, I really made a real dumb. I don't know why I pushed that hill. It was really stupid.
You made a dum-dum.
I really did. I really did not. It's not there. Captain Ovia says the surgery. Larry 3 says multi-threaded rendering crew. Larry 3 on YouTube, by the way, I noticed you were talking earlier about the relative marathon difficulty between different vehicles. I just wanted to point out that the T-34S is a Tier 5 vehicle, and the Renegade and the TS5 are Tier 8 vehicles, which had way more to do with it than the nationality specifically.
Yeah.
The cockroach rules.
Dragon Ridge needs to come back.
It's brutal. I don't know about Dragon Ridge. Somebody asked about maps. We have confirmed the return of
Pearl River.
Pearl
River. Yes.
And Minsk is getting a rework.
And Minsk is getting a rework. And we have other maps in the pipe, of course, just not ones we're ready to share stuff with.
You know what's funny? We have, like, I believe, over 40 maps.
Do we now? I think we're at,
Yeah.
we're at like, I think we're high 30s right now.
We're
I have to
like
check
high
first.
30s.
If you include grand battles, we might be over 40.
Can you leave the battle?
Yeah, 1 second. Draculia says, I'm definitely a lifelong AMD ATI lifelong user. They have awesome performance ratio. I mean, the technology market there moves up and down, but I'll tell you that my first serious competitive gaming rig had an AMD 3500 plus processor, and that was back when CPUs were single core, and it was awesome. I played the heck out of Counter-Strike with it.
All right, what tier y'all want to do?
It's your choice.
My choice?
Yep.
I'm going to go tier 9.
Tier 9.
Any excuse to get Neil M46, you know.
I remember this one beautiful map, which was like a winter mountain ridge, and you felt like going mid. It was all pit to get tunneled into. Was that Sacred Valley?
I think that's right.
Yeah.
Holic Farmer says Mince needs a desperate rework, like maybe just delete it and never touch it again.
Well, they proposed draining the river, so.
Piotr says you may have 30 maps, but we only play on 5 per day. It can feel like that sometimes.
Oh man, what map was that?
Does your hat say Top Gun or Top Bun? It says Top Gun. I'm actually just wearing the hurt because it's my hair's greasy right now.
Count in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Did I get my compound bow? I've had a compound bow for a while. I just have not been able to like go out and actually fire it.
I didn't know who that question was aimed at.
I have no
I assumed it was Stretch.
Yeah.
I was like, well, that could be any of you.
So, CrzyBooP's in the AE Phase 1. I'm in the M46, and we got insanely average in the Yogg-Tiger. Nice. Love
Hidden
that beast.
Village. It was Hidden Village.
Got it. Close.
That's what it was, yeah.
Close.
I knew the second word started with a V.
So, yeah, there was a couple of questions there. Somebody asked why the map rotation, is there a reason the map rotation doesn't go more? I honestly don't have an answer on that. That'd be a dev question. We are working on getting a dev Q&A on the stream here.
Tier restricted though, right?
So maybe we could do that. Can you scroll up a bit? There was one more question. So yeah, Draculia said, any idea why no more 50% discount on premium time? I play all 3 games. I'm getting poorer buying premium time separately now. As far as the split time, there's been a de-emphasis because now ships and tanks are splitting apart more, and planes is, on an island. So I think it's probably because they aren't working together as much anymore. I don't have a specific reason. I can ask our guys.
FL Man says, is it a conspiracy? All 3 of you wear glasses, or is it to block the blue light? No, it's because all of us are kind of blind.
If I could be completely honest, FL Man, it's in large part because I have not gone to the eye doctor yet here in Austin, and so I don't have any contacts.
Oh, jeez.
I do it to appear smarter.
Well, I really need to do that.
Just can't poke my eye with a contact lens. I've tried before, and I can't.
That's another big fear of mine. Oh, goodness.
Yeah, I can't, stick my finger. I can touch my eyeball. I just can't, go at my cornea,
So Jimmy asks on Twitch, what are the specials this weekend? Be happy to let you guys know on Thursday.
Yeah.
Thursday we'll drop the bombs. We do have some cool stuff for you this weekend.
Oh yeah. But no, I prefer glasses. I feel like I'd forget to take my contact lenses out. And also, I only really need them for driving. I only wear it at my desk because it's easier to keep my glasses on all the time than it is for me to take them off and put them back on every single time I drive. So
yeah. So top pun Hyper Turtle says I do have contacts on my phone.
Oof. Tragic loss. The cornea is the most sensitive part of the human body. Is it?
Captain Obvious on YouTube says, would you recommend buying gift boxes? So that's a tough question. I would say, would I recommend buying gift boxes in relation to other things that you would buy in the World of Tank Shop? Yes, I think they're a great deal. For gold premium time, etc. You have a pretty good chance of coming away with some cool tanks. But you have to decide for yourself. If you want to spend any money on the game. We certainly appreciate those who choose to support the game. It means a lot to us, keeps us employed. We have a full North American office here in Austin.
Food.
and paying rent, or more, mostly rent. But yeah, I would say
And medical bills.
if you compare it to other deals we have throughout the year, I
Food,
think
shelter, medicine.
I would always recommend buying gift boxes because they're just flat out a really good deal.
What is it? The pyramid of needs.
What I would not recommend is buying gift boxes if you're trying to get a specific vehicle. That is the path. That is a bad path. Don't follow that path.
Only sadness will follow.
Monetization guy would love me to tell you. But my advice to you is not.
Like, if you see all of the... well, I believe most, if not all of the tanks that were in the boxes, you can just kind of guess that they might go on sale in the future.
FL Mans on Twitch says, are you able to provide any date or month for Black Market this year? What's Black Market?
What's black?
So Slow had a question. Warchild wins this week because no more Watt Weekly. Warchild is awesome, guys. We really appreciate it.
I got hit 4 times.
We're very lucky to have awesome, productive community members like Warchild and So Slow and Monty and all you guys who hang out in here. I feel very fortunate that you guys stay with us.
Are we still doing squares? Because I got hit by all the arties.
We're not doing squares.
True or false? SPGs are in the game to cater to the 65 to 95 gamer market. False.
I play arty.
Like, it is
By the way,
nice for them. But
By the way, CrzyBooP can play the left.
Oh, I have been. It's the year of the left.
I banned CrzyBooP from playing the left for a year, and he actually didn't do it,
yeah.
which I was impressed by. But that year is over now, and he did it. So I can't say anything if he plays nothing but the left. That's his prerogative.
Every day it happens.
I recommend he doesn't, but. Lemmy says, ever consider a game mode that disables the 2 key so it forces people to learn a little more about weaknesses, etc.? I mean, I would say that I think the root of that thought is exactly why the current ammo rebalance is being worked on.
No, they almost definitely will go on sale, Tahan. Like, the double barrel tanks currently, like most people know, were only available in the gift boxes, but you can almost guarantee that all of the tanks that were in the gift boxes will be sold at some point. There are no tanks that are in there that we haven't previously.
Yeah, I saw that. That was
T-54 lightweight is invincible.
703.
That was some
V2,
craziness.
So.
Are you shooting premium? No, you're not. That's why.
Future. It's all about patience.
Oh, he's not spotted.
Hyper Turtle. The reason I was banned was because my ratio of battles to left games was tilted way towards the left.
He got a little too into it for a while.
Conan, Dead Meat is one of our CCs. So I'm not sure what that message is for.
Dead Meat's a cool guy.
Yeah. He's a really cool guy.
If you're into
he
Nux,
does give a lot of stuff away.
tiny PCs, he's definitely the guy to talk to.
But yeah.
Oh,
He
hello.
is one
That's
of our
a
CCs,
T30. R.I.P. Crabblers.
Oh, you about to get blapped?
Yeah, I am. Shoot the T30.
Oh!
Shoot him!
Oof.
Shoot him! Shoot him!
When did he get CC? A little while ago, probably a month ago or more.
Lancet finally got me.
Yeah.
There was not a lot of urgency from the Udas to finish off that T30.
When did Dead Meat become a CC? At least more than a month ago. At least.
That's everybody.
I think we're going to win this one, though, and I did a lot of damage, so I feel like I did good.
Yeah, I did too. I got a kill at least.
I don't know the exact date, though.
Hyper Turtle says, we are the left bros, CrzyBooP. Yes. Yeah, I can back out, sorry.
What is the ammo balance you spoke about?
Well, we actually have some articles about it we can share with you. We have to dig them up. It's been a little bit, but I think Tragic's up to the task.
Yeah.
But basically, Lemmy, we decided about halfway through last year that the game required a massive rebalancing, especially around the ammo types, but there's some other stuff being considered as well. Specific topics include a rework of HE, specifically increasing the hit point pool at lower tiers to increase the time to kill and the survivability durability of those lower tier tanks and make the battles last a little longer, and a couple other things. So our devs have been hard at work on a massive rebalance patch. The reason all these things have to be done at the same time is because they all affect each other. So it's all got to be considered as one large project. Otherwise, we'll do it in pieces, and then the pieces will conflict with each other. So for the last 6-7 months, our devs have been hard at work on a massive rebalance patch. It's officially being called New Balance, not the sneaker. Great sneakers, though, if you need them. And New Balance will be coming this year, and we'll have more information as we get closer. But basically, all of these sandbox tests that we've done over the last few months have been parts of the New Balance that we are testing out different parameters on and seeing how things go.
All right, so I posted 2 articles. The first article, I believe, is from... Let me double check on that date. From 4/6/2019.
Tier 8, sorry. Thank you.
So that was early last year.
Howdy, Garcy.
How's it going, Garcy? The commander of the real Sherman gang, as it were.
Oh,
And
goodness.
I believe
yeah.
the
got
second
it.
link that I posted
Monty says the New
was
Balance will be a
the
shoo-in.
first iteration of the sandbox for HE changes.
Oh, man. The pun-off between Monty and Hyper Turtle is getting out of control.
Someone mentioned antennas.
Yes. Also, the 2020 preview also had some mentions of New Balance.
Yeah. I'll throw
And like I
that
said,
in
we're
again as well.
working on getting a Devin on stream actually to do some live Q&A with you guys. More
What tier are we
updates on
doing?
that as we're able to close. Tier 8.
Tier 8, count in, get ready. New Year, same old money-hungry wargaming. Oof.
I mean, money hungry is a bit pejorative, but we are a business. We are indeed a business.
Garcy's giving a shout out to Wrecker and Hobbling
All right.
Farmer.
Count in.
Sure
Have a good night,
did.
Damians. Hope you figure out the beverage situation. I think the meal is a good
5,
place to start.
4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Conan on Twitch says, "Wait, New Balance is coming out with a watch shoe."
Nice.
That'd be a fun.
You can make
pairing,
a
I
custom
think.
watch shoe with Vans.
Be a fun punning.
Yeah.
Ain't everyone hungry for money though? Any business that tells you that they're not hungry for money is probably trying to sell you something.
Not wrong.
Black question mark market?
Never heard of the black market. Don't know what you're talking about. Captain Ivy says, what will happen to Hesham after this change? We honestly don't know. We don't have fine details yet. They're still being worked out.
They've tweaked them in the super test a little bit.
Yes, we've tried out a couple different things, but no firm details.
What Weekly? So, Michael Levin and his team, his crew, have officially left Wargaming. We do want to have some sort of weekly video for you guys about like information on specials, deals, events, stuff like that. But we are hiring a video producer, editor, and host. So if you guys go to the Wargaming careers page, y'all can, if you have skills in any of those areas, definitely, and you maybe live in Austin, maybe.
Or are willing to relocate to.
Yeah. Or willing to relocate.
Oh,
to.
what? What are you doing there?
Definitely, go look at.
What
that,
is this
look
Wheezy
for.
doing? Who is this guy?
He's spotting.
Somebody shoot this guy.
Why aren't
Nick
you shooting?
Shaw.
I am shooting him.
Shoot him harder.
Nick Shock says you guys are bullying him. I think you should add a safe space in his garage.
Is he not enjoying the CCRNG? Didn't work out like he thought it was going to work out.
Right? Oh, boy.
Now he's trying to debate me into getting shot by his Bush friends.
If
Come
not
on,
money,
dear.
then a
Come on, dear.
membership to a timeshare, says Redeem HT. I once started a fire with a rock and squirrel fur. Can I get the job now?
I want to see the video.
Yeah, you have to.
You
prove
got to
that.
show me some receipts.
What was the video?
He says he started a fire with a rock and some squirrel fur.
Squirrel
possible.
twins.
Yeah, I believe it. I just want to see it.
How will this affect Artie? So Artie, I believe, will be balanced outside of the normal HE rebalance or adjustments. They talked about it in one of the HE sandbox articles. So it's basically gonna get a little bit different treatment. So won't Artie get AP back? So according to the video, I believe artillery will have 3 different kinds of shells. One's going to be an AP shell, and then the other 2 are going to have a trade-off between, I believe it's damage and having stun. So you guys can pick and choose, basically. So that's a no on smoke rounds. So like me personally, I don't think smoke rounds would be a good idea, but I don't know. Our devs have done interesting things in the past couple
Yeah,
years,
I mean,
so.
I'm pro the idea of smoke. I think the implementation would be a little tough to figure out with the current, because it would totally change the current spotting system, right?
Yeah. Because we have the smoke special in Frontline.
Yes, so it does exist. I like the idea. I'm pro the idea, but I haven't seen anything from the devs that is going to be a thing. And I don't. I mean, it obviously World of Tanks is a pretty complicated ecosystem. Oh boy, I'm gonna die. Pretty complicated ecosystem. It's hard to change one thing without affecting a lot of other things. So I can kind of see there's kind of maybe some abusive strategies with smoke being used in conjunction. What am I talking about? With certain vehicles to provide movement to advance, and like that would add a really cool layer to the game. But then would that affect the balance of the game in a negative way? It might make certain vehicles more powerful because they could remain concealed in open areas, and that might completely throw off the balance. Like it sounds cool. I'm not opposed to it, but it adds a lot of complication.
Yeah. Like, it already added a lot of complication for Frontline, because people could basically spam smoke if you had enough people with it.
So Frontline might be the argument, which is that it would only be really gross if people were really coordinated, and then people are unlikely to end up being that coordinated about it.
Yeah.
Because in Frontline, they usually aren't. Yeah. But when people do use their abilities in conjunction in Frontline, you can really set up some devastating combinations. A couple combined arty strikes in the same area can really...
Private Kaboosh, I would honestly recommend you go check the video out. Let me see if I can find a link for you, and then I'll throw it into the chat, and you can watch it yourself. It'll have much more information than I would have or be able to explain to you, so...
Yeah, Jimmy K said, kind of like Wheelie Boys, they completely changed spotting. That's actually completely true.
Yeah.
If they were to implement it, I think they would have to scale it down.
Yeah, probably.
Because it drops a huge line of smoke.
Oh wow, that guy died so fast. Come on, Bulldog. Wow, okay. That's what I get for trying to snipe in a Bulldog. That one goes right on target. Draculia says, would love for you guys to bring back the idea of national flavors. Smoke for some tanks, bombs on dogs for the Ruskies. So that is a real thing. For those of you who don't know, the Soviet Union did in fact train dogs with anti-tank grenades on their back to go under enemy tanks and blow them up. I don't think the ESRB would be thrilled with us if we implemented that at our current rating. So I don't know about that one.
Also, talk about Russian bias.
But it might be fun in a video game. But everyone loves dogs. If you played World of Tanks back in the day, you know that when you ran over a doghouse, you'd hear a whimpering noise. And we actually took that out because it was...
Why?
Well, exactly, because nobody wants to see dogs get hurt.
That's like every time you hear the tank start, you should hear a cat screaming.
What?
Because cats like to hide in the engines.
Oh, gosh.
Oh, my gosh.
Hopefully not in the rotating mass.
Jeez.
We should have a stream where Crazy works the stream and Tragic plays.
Once again, I can't fly spaceships. I can drive them a little bit.
Traveler says, I want a refund. I saw Domo in the thumbnail, so I was promised to Domo. Domo's not feeling too hot today, so hopefully he'll be around, don't worry, in the future. Russian humor. Yeah, I mean, it's a bit of a dark humor, sure. Thanks for the game, Garci. That was a bit of a steamroll in our favor, so I'll take it.
Tier 6.
All right, back to Tier 6.
Am I just... for whatever reason, I can't find this video. I feel like I'm in...
There we go. Hobbling Farmer said, when Russia sent a dog into space, they had no intentions of having that dog return. That is true.
Yep.
I believe the dog's name was Laika, R.I.P. Laika. First. Was it the dog or the monkey that was first into space? I think it was the dog, right?
Yeah.
Jessup on Facebook asked, what is your favorite Tier 8 tank?
There's so many.
Ooh, yeah, Tier 8's
IS-3.
Tier 8's a tough one. IS-3
Yeah.
for that's your favorite tank in general. So I guess that makes sense.
And 5,
I would say
4,
my Tier 8
3,
favorite Tier 8 changes.
2, 1, go.
Changes. Right now, I think it's probably the new Czech Premium. I really like playing it. But it does change. I have a lot of love for the Lerva.
The Lerva.
And I think that tank's actually kind of underrated right now. Especially because the E75 TS came out and everyone was like, it's completely replaced the Lerva. I don't know if that's true. I think it's quite good. Todd and Quiet says there's only one favorite tank, the Type 5.9. Yeah. Mr. Meepus, 97 on Twitch, says STRV S1 is for sure my favorite. That is a good one. Man, that tank hits like a truck. I actually really like the Tier 8 Tech Tree, the UDES too, because it's so fast. You can reposition and shoot new areas really fast in that thing. It's awesome.
I don't play it often anymore, but I do love the bear tank.
The
Bear
Mutts?
tank?
Yeah, the Mutts.
Yeah, it's a good one.
And the Schwarpanzer.
Lucky Wandering says, I got the Skoda T27 from Mountain Man. Great tank. Awesome. Glad to hear. Jimmy K says, any code today? No, there will be a code on Thursday, though. The weekly watcher code will be on Thursday. I did see... Grant on YouTube said, ELC Even Gang reporting in. I think the ELC Even is a real patrician choice. Like, I'm a firm believer that there's good and bad taste in life. That there are things that if you enjoy them, if you choose them over others, that they represent having an understanding and an appreciation and a refinement about you.
Cabbage, stop camping. That's what Cabbage said.
Yeah, I am camping. And I think the ELC Even 90 is a real it's a real good choice for people who have good taste.
Remember that time in support where I didn't know that the ice could break?
No.
Yeah, that happened.
I was camping a little bit. But I was hoping that, my idea was I was going to shoot the people who tried to go up to the middle, but then they didn't go up to the middle.
There, I found the video.
Marilyn says, so double barrel line coming out this week or next? Ooh, I think you will be interested with some upcoming news, Marilyn. All the Swedish cheese in siege mode are slow. That's true. You got to get out of siege mode if you want to maximize your mobility. Popular says the Tier 8 Pershing is a good tank from the grind. Could use some gun love. Yeah, the Pershings are really good. The Pershing's probably the first American medium that really hits where the M46 and the M48 get. Where if they're just like, it's a really good jack of all trades, hold down, decent but not great mobility, decent but not great gun, pretty good DPM, pretty easy to get spotted in, but it still can kind of just it does everything. It blocks shots, it does damage, it scouts, and that's really what the M46 and the M48 are about. So I like the Pershing. It's a great intro to those tanks. Of course, the M46 is my favorite tank, and that guy is dead, thankfully. Pretty good all hurt, not lots of pen. Yeah, it's decent. It's not bad. You do end up shooting some heat or some HVAP depending on the tier.
Crazy Max is a genius.
Honest question, if I'm not mistaken, with these cosmetic crews, why do we still not have personal voices for them? Like, it's even a thing for them stating whether or not they have custom voice lines. So I believe some of the, some of them do have custom voice lines, but some of the crazier ones do not. So, like the tomato head one doesn't, the reindeer one doesn't, but there are some that are like historical figures that do. None of them do. What? I'm pretty sure some of the historical ones do have voice line.
Not that I'm aware of.
No?
Nope. Just you have. So there's specific voices for the nationalities that you can put on, but other than that, I don't think there's any more.
Okay.
Customization.
All right, then color me wrong.
The Offspring have their own custom.
Well, yeah. There's those.
And Sabaton has their
Yes,
own.
the bands do. They recorded lines for the.
Yeah.
Cryptic said, so at the end of the year, Moscow got an event where they showed Crew 2.0 and equipment changes in a video on stage. Are we going to get those videos in English to get a better idea of what's in store? Yes, variants of them will hopefully be coming soon.
Yeah, we do have a page of information that I believe is on the New
our base
Balance.
is getting ran over.
Cabbage and Crazy have those pages between them. We did go over them during one of our streams, and that was just a few Q&A questions that the devs took from the stream and basically sent to us, and we're like, hey, if you want to share this with your people, do so. We also sent it to some of the CCs to go over with their viewership. So.
Wow. Thank you. Gee. I saw that banned pun, Hyper Turtle. I saw it. Are they banned from playing? Oh, hello. I'm getting hit from the... Oh boy, I'm gonna die. I'm not gonna be able to make it to the cover.
RU gets all the good stuff. We had tank rewards like
I guarantee
more than
you.
a year before.
So I will. Yeah, EU had some better stuff over the holidays. Not gonna lie, but I guarantee you that by March there will be EU players saying that NA gets all the good stuff.
Yep.
I'm not just saying that because I know it's coming. I'm saying that because I've been around a while. I see it happen every year. Anytime there's a difference.
Are you not saying that because you have a bunch of alt accounts on EU?
Anytime there's a difference between the regions, the people from the region that don't currently have the stuff go on and say that they always get neglected. And then months later, when they have stuff that the other regions don't, they don't say anything. But people from the other regions get on, and it's human nature. I don't blame people for. I'd be the same way. But yeah, I've seen it happen several times. I'm pretty sure that it's going to reverse course again, like it has the last 6 times.
What's the easiest way to get an ace tanker? Do a lot of damage.
Yeah, destroy enemy tanks, right?
Yeah, destroy enemy tanks, do a lot of
Yeah,
damage.
do
Is it do a lot of damage or get a lot of damage? Because also, can't you do spotting damage and party damage?
Yeah, so basically any kind of assisted damage, whether you're spotting or whether you've tracked someone, all counts towards getting an ace tanker.
Mark Andre on Facebook said dangerous push.
Max, I'm not gonna
dab.
It definitely was. The reason I chose to push down that way, it was because I figured I was for sure going to get hit in the side by the Super Hellcat if I continued pushing straight. So I figured if I was going to die, I'd at least die with my armor angled towards the enemy. And it worked out because we had an advantage at that time. Ooh, who got 6 kills?
Crazy.
You got a Top Gun?
Not me, Crazy.
Oh, Crazy. I got to give you my hat. I got to give you the Top Gun hat.
The Luba style?
Lebois? The Russian blogger. Crazy Max.
Okay.
Crazy Max with 2,600 damage and the 6 kill. I believe that's a high caliber and a Top Gun. Can we get some applause in the chat for Crazy Max? What a boss. He got me to stop camping and he got a high caliber and a Top Gun.
He went back to base to wreck their
Awesome. Awesome. Top performance.
All right, Crazy Max, you can go dab somewhere else. Thank you for the game.
Yes, thank you for the carry.
How do you spell that?
How do you pronounce that?
Apocalypse.
Hyper Turtle.
Yeah, that's Hyper Turtle.
I was wondering why. I recognize that as that's what's after his name in the Discord. That's good.
I only
How's it going, Matt
recognize
Maynard?
it
Hope you're doing well, man.
because I refuse to say it, but it basically means Hyper Turtle in Swahili and something else.
Hope you're getting through that main winter all right.
The other one is.
I spelled it wrong.
Vex says, any word on when we can spend as a... the numbers guys are working on it as we speak. So hopefully some news on that soon.
Tier 5.
Alrighty. Tier 5. Count in. Get ready.
Oh, right, tier 5. Sorry, guys, I'm still a little slow.
Count in.
CrzyBooP keeps making fun of me because people ask questions about what happened last month, and my response is, I don't know, I was on painkillers.
Jeez.
And he says I can only use that for so long. Which is true.
Oof.
He's like, hey, Crazy, can you do this? Because I forgot to tell you that because I was on painkillers.
It's true, I was. And I did.
Alright.
Redeem says, my kids used the same strategy, one kid getting something, other one didn't. Never remembering this other way. Like I said, it's human nature. I understand people's frustration with it being different. There are specific reasons for it. But the arc of the moral universe is long, but it bends towards justice.
5, 4, 3.
There were some sales that NA did not have for too long, and that is, I think, what got some of the more reasonable people upset about it.
Yeah. Which is fair.
We have addressed that. It's
I
we had consumables sale last weekend, and we will have more sales coming soon. And the chat is going
bonkers
up the.
Oh no,
the
I couldn't pick the leaf blower because we're not allowed to platoon anymore.
When you get a moment, can you scroll up the chat a little bit again? I admit there was one more thing. Tom Kwai says, please add the following tank to the game as a branch of the M48 patent, the M48 GAU 8. Yeah, that would be cool. And then somebody asked what Az is. Azurus is an awesome Twitch add-on that you can enable on our Twitch channel. And basically you get trivia questions about the World of Tanks, and you get trivia questions about my performance in the game specifically, I believe, because it's tied to my account.
Yeah, it is.
And then if you answer the questions correctly, you get Azurus, which is a little digital currency that soon, I hope, you will be able to redeem for in-game goods. We'll have a little care package you can earn. Basically, it's nothing huge. It's a cool little thing to reward you for hanging out in the stream and give you something to do while you watch me blow up. Hey Andrew on YouTube, how's it going? Steven says, can we get side skirts as purchasable equipment? We have, like, the idea of having, like, 3D add-ons has been around for a while. We really want to do it. It's more, I think it's more of a technical issue as far as, like, having full 3D customization than anything else at this point. Because, yeah, it would be totally cool to be able to put, like, well, it'd probably be non-functional side skirts, but also stuff like sandbags and shovels and cool stuff like that. It'd be really cool. World of Tanks says, why doesn't Wargaming do like what they do with World of Warships, where you get in-game goodies for watching all streams? Are you talking about Twitch drops? Or, because we do have the weekly watcher codes, so you do get stuff already.
But not right now.
Not till Thursday.
Not today. Thursday.
Rogers Ranger says, do you have a link to World of Tanks Twitch channel? I'm sure Tragic could drop it into the YouTube chat. It is twitch.tv/World of Tanks NA.
Oh, no.
Yes.
And also, I saw someone earlier say that they wanted to do Twitch, but they didn't want to pay $13 to $15 a month. Just a note, for those of you who don't know, Twitch is free. You can sign up and watch for free. I think you will have to watch like a quick 30-second ad before it puts you in the stream.
Yeah.
That Twitch puts there to make their money.
But also...
But it's free. It's free.
Also, if you're talking about Twitch Prime, if you have Amazon Prime, you have Twitch Prime.
Oh, maybe that's what they're referring to.
Link your account to Twitch.
Yeah, so that's actually...
You have it for free.
That's actually, it's actually the Amazon Prime that you would be paying for. The Twitch Prime would be a nice bonus to that.
Yeah. Because Amazon owns Twitch now, so...
That was definitely what he was talking about. Sorry, guy who said that. You were right. Who else? Oatmeal Cookie says doing good. Have to tell Cabbage and the crew Voss is great. He is. Andrew says World of Tanks is the best game ever. Hey, that's high praise. Appreciate that. I certainly think that it is a flawed game. Oh, I hit that guy. Awesome. However, there is a reason that we're still around, 10 years past sell date. and that's because there's a certain formula with World of Tanks that just keeps drawing you back in. It keeps drawing me back in.
Corrupt Black Box says, will we ever be getting rid of 3 already in a single battle?
In the immediate term, my understanding is no.
They're all aimed at me. If you want to go at
Yeah.
them.
The devs have been asked that question and answered it in a Q&A. Actually, it wasn't that recent. It was last year. And maybe we could get a newer dev response when we get that Q&A. What's that?
Get them.
Get who?
All those heavy tanks that are aimed at me.
Okay. I can't. Sorry.
How good is the Object 705A? Are you talking about the rear-mounted turret tank? I think it's pretty good. The front plate is pretty solid. If you know how to side scrape, it'll be a good tank for you. It's pretty tough to beat.
Oh, sorry. I was in the middle of that bit. But as far as the 3 arty, the answer was if we forcibly reduced the arty, there'd be in every game, and under the current system, there's still a variety of the level of arty.
Yeah.
So you have some 3 arty games, some 1 arty games, some no arty games. Whereas if we put it down to 2 arty, it'd pretty much be guaranteed that there was 2 arty in every game. Which I've heard people say that they would rather have that, and I see where they're coming from. But the devs have made a lot of choices in both the matchmaker and the game itself, with variety being the goal, making every match as fresh as possible and have as many different variables as possible. So that is their reasoning behind it. You are, of course, free to disagree and let us know, and we'll let the devs know. But that is why.
Are sheriffs only playing tier 10 or tier 9? I play 30 to 50 games a day, and I haven't seen any in more than 6 months. So every Thursday we have a sheriff hunt, Apollo Artemis and Deputy Chauncey Billups. So their in-game names are going to be Deputy_Apollo and Deputy_Chauncey.
Yeah.
They play every Thursday from 2 to 4 p.m. Central Time, so CT. And you can find them, and you can kill them for 250 gold each.
Yes. And we will also have
once
more.
per battle.
We will have another big sheriff event like the turkey shoot that we had in November. We had a big weekend where we had, I believe, 250 sheriff accounts running around playing games on a schedule. We'll be doing another one of those in a month or 2 here. So
What?
keep an eye out for that. What?
We are?
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Of course we are.
Oh, goodness.
We do 1 a quarter. For those of you paying attention.
Not that giant 300 one.
KrzyBooP is saying that because he has to manually give out all the accounts.
Yes.
You got some help. We'll get you some more help. We'll make Domo do it because he's not here today. He just got volunteered for it.
Voluntold.
Snow Adder says, I'm sick of getting focused as a good player, and the anonymizer is worthless because they shoot you anyway, assuming you are a good player. So what was the point of it? Well, first off, I don't know if that's exactly how it works. If they just shoot you because you use the anonymizer, because everyone can use the anonymizer. Not everyone can have great stats. So it's just purely as a mathematical proposition. I think if you use it, you're still less likely to get shot than previously. Tonquai says the anonymizer doesn't tell the other team you're using it. That's also, well, you can tell because if you use XVM and you don't use the anonymizer, you can see that their XVM is blocked out. Yeah. So there are ways to tell. That said, I feel like even in that scenario that you're posing, the RD focus will still have been reduced versus pre-anonymizer. Just my opinion. Free to disagree.
Yeah, so up next we have War Dog 2017, Pickle, Mr. Meepus Command, Tahan Kwai, and Squash Balls. These are the people
Thank you
who
for
are
the
in
game, Hyper
queue.
Turtle.
Dominic on YouTube says, what can you say about the crew rework? Well, I can tell you everything I know, which is that there is one. I don't have any other details.
That it's kind of
I haven't played any versions with the crew rework. I know that it's something the devs have been wanting to do for a long time, and that they're committing to doing it this year.
your choice.
Whatever tier I want.
Yep.
Let's do tier 7. We haven't done that yet. But I don't have any details on what the final product will look like right now. It's not even that I can't share; it's that I don't know. Even
Say
if I
tier 6 or tier 7?
7.
Tier 7. Tier 7. Get ready.
Let's play something weird.
The superior Hellcat.
The superior Hellcat? Is that what you're calling it? So the super Hellcat?
What can you say about the equipment rework? That there is one.
The same thing. Yeah. Don't have any details.
It's happening? Question mark.
Wow, tier 7. I didn't realize tier 7's a weird tier, guys.
It really is.
Do the baby scorp. You
So
love
we
that.
have
I do love the baby
War
scorp.
Dog. War Dog.
No, he's not in here yet.
Okay.
Oh, you know what? I'm going to play this one. I argued about this
The
tank
Krups.
with irony for formerly known as Food Printer. It's a deep secret.
Yeah.
For a long time about this vehicle. It's the Steyr Waffenträger, the Tier 7 German TD. I never liked it. He still thinks it's great. I'm going to play it. We'll see.
All right. All right. War Dog, are you around? We are inviting you to the platoon.
War Dog says he never got the invite.
Oh.
Lies.
All right. Try sending.
Let's
an
make sure we
email.
have the right username. Wardog 2017 _ 2017
Yep.
in game. That's what we're sending to.
Yeah.
Manor Prince Food. Ima says, yeah, if they focus on, they include me, and I'm quite average, so less of a focus than before. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, is
Also-
just purely as a mathematical exercise. There are bad players and average players who are also using Anonymizer.
But
So
also,
Go
are
ahead.
you even like if you're not using XVM? Wait, never mind.
okay.
War Dog, are you logged into a different account?
You know what it might be? It could be the settings thing.
Yeah.
War-
Check your settings.
War Dog,
Or War Dog.
yeah. Which one is it again?
It's the accept invites from friends in garage.
Is that here on the left?
It's the unchecked one that you have between.
Okay.
Yeah, right there.
So okay. Bad World of Tanks UI. If this button is checked, you can only receive friends in garage. It's written in a passive way.
Yeah.
It should say only accept invitations from friends in garage, or it should say what it actively does, which is block garage invites from players who aren't friends. However, you need to make sure this is unchecked in order to receive invites from people who aren't on your
All right.
friends
So
list.
War Dog says he does have it unchecked. Do you guys want to?
Let's remake the platoon. Yeah. If he's got that checked, it might just be a broken platoon. Give it another shot, CrzyBooP.
Well, Corrupt Black Box, you can still look up a player's stats after the match because you can see what their actual username is after the battle because you can still see their name in the after battle report. So.
Well, yeah, I mean, Corrupt, I would say that as far as your
this
case, it did work. Cool. Yeah, it was
Cool.
just a broken
Awesome.
platoon. So
Tier
if you enable the Anonymizer, you can live in that world. Because XVM has quite nicely, honestly, made a choice that if you are using the Anonymizer, you can't see other players' stats. So if you use the Anonymizer, you live in a world where that is true. For you.
All right. Tier 7 count.
I can tell when an anonymized player is good by how they
5,
play. Well, in that case,
2.
I don't think the Anonymizer...
1.
If you can tell if they're good by
Yeah.
how they played, how did the Anonymizer affect that at all?
Yeah.
Because you could tell if they were good based on their play and not based on anything related to their name.
Yeah.
Sorry, Cactus. No streamer close
Yeah,
today.
so a lot of people don't realize that XVM is more than just a stat mod.
It also makes the dog bark.
Yeah, so and Warco actually brings it up, but XVM provides a lot more than just stats. It also adds auto equipment and crew transfer, date and time display, etc. It does a lot of different things in the garage. It's like most people so the full name is expanded visualization mod, but it, like I said, includes auto equipment movement and crew transfers and stuff like that, which makes a lot of sense, and it's a lot of basically quality of life additions to World of Tanks, which is super cool. But a lot of people only think that it is just the stats. And it's not necessarily XVM that adds toxicity. It is the people using it to promote their own toxicity in a more projected manner. So.
Yep. Tahan Kwai asked, hey, CabbageMechanic, how do you know about the M48 GAU 8 and why do you like it? Well, I actually don't know about it specifically, but I know what a GAU 8 is, so I can imagine that it's just a GAU 8 mounted on top of an M48, which sounds awesome and hilarious. The GAU 8, for those of you who don't know, I believe is the 30mm cannon that is also mounted to the A10. Right? Right?
Say what?
Somebody will correct me if I'm wrong. It's the massive cannon that's put on the A10 Warthog that the A10 Warthog was designed around.
Oh, I have no idea.
If I remember correctly.
Was that the missile launcher thing from Blitz?
No.
Is that the same thing?
It's the big gun that goes BIRD.
Oh, okay. The bird gun.
The pig she flies, which I believe his name is actually a reference to the Warthog. So of course he's says that's correct, and I will trust him because he is got to be the expert, right?
So
says he is.
Snow Adder, people who say that kind of stuff are going to be toxic regardless of XVM. If they have XVM, they're going to trash you in game. If they don't have XVM, they're going to look at your stats after the game and say you're a trash player. If they can't see your stats in game, they're going to look them up on an outside website and then call you trash. Like,
yeah.
I'm not... Like, the thing is, people will be toxic regardless of being able to see your stats or not. They will judge you by what happens in the match, and they will decide of their own volition whether or not they want to express that. It doesn't really matter if XVM is in the game. People will find a way to be toxic.
It's like high school on the internet.
And there's actually been a lot of academic studies into why people behave that way on the internet. And what the science people say is that there are a lot of people who feel out of control in their real life. And a way for them to get some control back is to behave toxically to other people on the internet. In this case, anonymously, where they have no real consequences for the things they say and do. So in general, when I see someone being really toxic on the internet, I usually feel bad for them because what I usually find out, if I find out more about them, is the reason they're acting that way is their life is they're not going great and they feel powerless in it, and they take out the frustration of living that life on other people on the internet, which is not healthy. It's not a good way to live.
I have a question.
Yeah.
How fast can the AT-7 fire?
Very fast. I think it's like reloads every 7 or 6 seconds, something like that. AT-7, right?
Yeah. Because that boy chewed me up. Like...
Yeah, so Pixie Fly says I've been toxic based on players' passivity. Yeah, I think what I'm talking about is like the people who are clearly going way out of their way to say really vicious and horrible things. There's other forms of toxicity too, where somebody doesn't make a great gameplay decision that ruins your game, and you're like, come on, like you failed me, teammate. That's a different thing, and that's not the same thing.
So the reload time is 5.95 seconds. So it's about 6 seconds. It could be faster if you add other stuff to it. But yeah, like I said, people will be toxic regardless if they can see your stats or not. They will be toxic to you if you make a bad play, if you don't do something. If you're not playing by what they think you should be playing, then they can and have the ability to be toxic. So
please shoot the AT-7 so
and,
my car
if you don't
die.
believe that, that's fine. That's your opinion, but that's what I've...
Oh, hello, M44.
There were proposed mechanics and ideas that never made it into the game, such as different holes as modules. Is there anything that
Mike,
you would have personally liked to have been introduced that never made it?
I would say that I'd go back to what I was talking about earlier with the 3D customization. I think it would be so cool if everyone could customize exactly the little 3D details on their tank, and really let people figure that stuff out. So for me, I think 3D customization would be really cool.
I can't scratch him.
We're not promoting toxicity. We're just saying like people will find ways to be toxic.
I think he's just trolling.
Oh.
Yeah. Well, I think it's important to like I think if you're going to play multiplayer games on the internet, as someone who's been doing it for too long, more than 20 years, people are going to be horrible. It's just a fact. We as wargaming will 100% try and ban the people who break the rules and get them out of there. But there are always going to be people who figure out the rules and figure out what they can say to people that's technically within the rules but still really mean. There's always going to be people who say mean stuff to you because they're anonymously on the internet and they feel like they have no consequences to the things they say and do. And again, like I said, most of them are probably deeply unhappy and unsatisfied in their own lives. So the only thing that you can do, the only thing that you can control is your response to those people. And I recommend taking it in stride. And I genuinely, at this point, feel bad for them because I've met enough of them and talked to enough of them over time. And in almost every case, I've found that they're people who are really deeply unhappy. And the only reason that they're behaving that way is because they're externalizing stuff that is messing their own life up.
So Zonar Predator says, do you agree with the removal of the ability to talk with the enemy team? Within speaking of toxicity.
That's a good question.
So this is something that we've talked about in the past, but basically one of the reasons why all chat itself was removed was because the way that our chat system works, it wasn't really possible for the devs to basically separate alive and dead players, and the reason why this was such an issue is because dead people, they would speak to you. No, they would basically, if your allies would give away the positions of still alive tanks to the enemy team, so that way they could go and kill you. It was one of the biggest reasons why all chat was removed. There wasn't really a way to prevent that without removing the ability to talk to the enemy team at all. And so if we are able to, in the future, make it so dead and alive have separate chats, we might see the return of all chat. But until then...
Which there is a really obvious solution to, which unfortunately is just not technically possible with our current build of the game.
Yeah.
And that is to make it so that people who have dead tanks are in a different chat channel than people who are in live tanks.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, that we're aware that would be an easy option. Unfortunately, actually implementing that would require a complete overhaul of the chat system, which is something that comes up on the dev roadmap. But I got to be honest, it's one of those things that while we totally want to do it, the actual project it's a lot. It's a lot to completely tear the old chat system out of the game and replace it with something new. Not saying we won't do it ever, but it's more complicated than you think it would be, and more expensive than you think it would be.
Skeeter932 is asking about the bans of people who are abusing physics. So please be aware that with all of the reports that you send in, these could be the first time that some of these people are getting reported. And in that, they are only getting a warning. If these people continue to do it, please do report them. One of the biggest reasons... So it's kind of self-fulfilling prophecy when people don't report other players for physics abuse or other such. Basically, they are only getting warned, or they are only getting their first... basically violation, which means they're only getting a warning, which means they aren't going to get any ban until their second violation. So please continue to report people.
Mad props to the T-25 that chased me down like a serial killer.
Jeez.
Thanks for the game.
I have never been more scared in my entire life of an AT-25.
Just to Great Crazy on Twitch says that's truthfully a bad excuse. Giving the location of the tanks did not happen that often. So it actually did. And I'm not pulling that out of my rear. We actually did a study of how often it was happening and how often people were being reported and banned for it, and it was happening an incredible amount globally over all the regions. So
thank you, War Dog, for the game.
Yeah,
it was a good one.
Justin Cartwright says, physics abuse, maybe not have garbage physics in the game. What abuse is there? So, if you guys didn't know, pushing people off cliffs, pushing people into lakes, pushing people into the line of enemy fire is all considered physics abuse.
Blocking them in so they can't do anything.
Stuff like that. Basically, anything using your tank to physically move, push, or block another player on your team is considered physics abuse. This is because it can't be generally detected by our team kill system or our team damage system, and so we need things like replays to be able to sanction those. So.
There are a few janky elements to our physics. I don't know if they're garbage, though.
Ramming is a valid game mechanic, but not on your teammates, not on your allies.
Physics abuse is when you get to a bush and some guy rolls up behind you and decides that it's his bush and shoves you out. What?
Physics abuse. Physics abuse.
Ah! Oh, man. Drowning your own tanks on purpose. Yeah, I mean, that's physics abuse / unsportsmanlike conduct.
Yeah.
It's
So
both.
if it's physics abuse, if you see someone pushing somebody else, report it to our ticket system because you can submit a replay.
Corrupt Black Box says, "Are you telling me at the end of a CW battle my entire clan pushed an enemy player into the lake, it's abuse?" No, it's totally fine. You can do it to opponents. It's if you push a teammate into the lake.
Yeah.
I mean, in Clan Wars, I think we'd probably, it's
Let it
different. It's
slide.
different than if you do it in random battle. For example, I got into a game a couple months ago with a platoon that had a platoon of 3 that shoved a guy who went mid-road on Lakeville into the lake, and then all 3 went in with him, and 4 people drowned in the first minute of the match because of it. That was physics abuse.
So, Justin,
Clearly
yes,
trolling.
that does happen in our game, and there's not really an excuse for that, but that's not what physics abuse is. So Justin said backing up and having your tank flip over because your tank climbed up a flat brick wall is garbage physics. Fair.
Yeah, it's true.
But also that's not physics
just because the tank
abuse.
would go through the brick wall. But I mean, it's a video game. First off,
You're not supposed to be in
second
that
off,
building.
Weird things happen.
tanks are actually much easier to flip in real life than they are in the game. You're gonna.
Oh, really?
Some of you are gonna bite my head off over that, but that is something that I have confirmed with multiple real tankers. There was a patch. I think was it 9.10 back in the day where we had really tippy physics and you could actually
Yes.
roll a tank by taking a sharp turn too fast, and
Yes.
everyone didn't like it. We had several actual tank drivers say that the relative speed to tip ratio, even in that patch, which is it's way harder to flip your tank now than it was then. It's
why
still
you don't
easier to
really
flip in real
drift
life.
tanks,
than in the
right?
game. Not that this is a simulator.
What's up, Tristan?
But it's easier to flip a tank than you might think.
And also tanks that would go off jumps and then they would bottom out would immediately die because their center of gravity would go below the map and immediately kill them. So you couldn't even jump jumps.
I'm pretty sure that was like almost when we introduced the wheeled tanks, because the wheeled tanks would go over some of the cars and they would destroy the car, but they would hit a point that is underneath that car and they would just blow up because the game detected them as bottoming out, but also hitting a rock with their hull.
Michael says another reason for airbags. Yeah. I mean, keep in mind, guys, the tanks are incredibly, massively, ridiculously heavy, and that they also, many of them go quite quickly. And if you combine a lot of weight with a lot of speed, you create something called momentum.
You're familiar with
Oh my God, physics.
Yeah. And no, I mean, I'm not trying to be an asshole. But what I'm telling
That's
you
your
is,
one, by the way. You used 3 today, so
I had some saved up from the holidays.
It's the oxy.
I'm not trying to talk down to people, but I'm trying to say that it's really easy to underestimate exactly how much force a tank moving at 50 miles an hour is carrying with it, and how little a change in direction or traction could cause things to go poorly very quickly.
all right.
Hey,
did we
yo,
get
Pickle, you
in?
around?
Hey, Pickle.
Yo, Pickle.
Pickle.
So
my boy.
yeah, Rogers Rangers is you said you were in Bradley's Rogers. He's backing me up. He's given some real.
I have a question regarding blueprints. Why can we not research all modules when assembling the whole tank?
Unless you're driving a wheeled vehicle, then you can jump and run into things with your invincibility. Well, as someone who's rolled the wheeled vehicles
I'm gonna
several
move on.
dozen times, no, I can't anyway. Maybe you can. Tristan says, "I like the game." No, I don't. Bud Light Night. Hold on. Let's. We're getting Pickle in here now.
Pickle, yeah.
Well, Pickle didn't answer, did he?
No answer from Pickle.
Pickle, where are you?
We'll have to punt Pickle.
All right. We'll punt Pickle for now.
If
Mr.
Pickle, if you
Meepus
come back,
command.
we'll leave you back on Mr. Meepus command. There we go. 1XL0 says, "I watched a striker roll over in Iraq from a small bump." Oh no. Bloodlight said, I had a question regarding blueprints. Why can we not research all modules when assembling the whole tank? Like, why isn't researching all the modules part of assembling the blueprint?
I believe that's what he means.
It's an interesting question. I think it was just a design choice to make the blueprints represent the research price of the tank and nothing else. But it's a valid question. I think, they chose to build it the way it is the only answer.
Team Sweden.
Sorry,
El
Tier 8.
Diablo says,
And we're doing
are
Swedish
Tier 11
tanks?
tanks still happening? They were never happening. I believe you're referring to a April Fool's joke. All right, Tier 8, right? Tier
Yep.
8, get ready for count in.
Are the soap rocks getting any changes? Yeah, they're working on the slippery rocks. That is something that is being worked on by the devs.
Count in.
Coding a game engine is not fun.
Still polishing
5,
some of the
4,
physics.
3, 2,
It's never perfect.
1, go. Wasn't it because our weird physics engine when we got, what is it, Havoc?
Yeah,
when we got Havoc, their rocks are much more slippery than our engine.
Well,
was
my
or
understanding is
something
that like the surfaces don't quite transfer 100%, so the tank
Yeah.
doesn't read some of the rock surfaces as rocks.
Yeah.
And it's I don't know. It's certainly an issue on some maps.
Maps? Question mark. Jeff, we're bringing back. What is it? What is that? Pearl River. We're bringing back Pearl River this year, and Berlin. Right? No. Yeah.
Yeah, Berlin.
Berlin is getting reworked. So
So is Minsk.
Berlin's new.
on chat.
Although
go,
Wide Park
Papa.
is a map in Berlin, but there's another map called Berlin that's coming. Okay, Crab Block Box says, I mean, if the Russian tank racing videos you see are not proof enough, a Russian T-80 or 90 going full speed can flip itself almost entirely when sliding sideways, and that is the current tank that carries the lowest center of gravity. Yeah, again, it's a matter of momentum. It's really easy. It's just so hard to like keep in your head exactly how much weight is behind a tank going 40, 50 miles an hour.
Well, I mean, when you consider where the axles are, most of the weight lies above them. Like all of the engine components, the gun, the turrets, that's all above.
Chat can correct me if I'm wrong here, but just to be pedantic, I don't believe tanks have axles.
Okay, so but where
The thing that
point-
makes the wheels spin.
Yeah.
Yeah,
The thing
yeah.
that makes the wheels spin.
The bearings? You want to go with
The
bearings?
bearing. Let's go with bearings.
I guess they still have an axle to the drive wheel.
Yeah,
on it.
that's
Yeah.
So they would still have axles.
So,
You're right.
so I
You're right.
believe most of all of the weight is above that point, which means that they have a relatively high center of gravity.
The axles just go to the drive wheels
Yeah.
instead of out to the. That makes sense, and then that moves the tread.
Like if anybody
Somewhere the chieftain is watching this and just shaking his head. What are you talking
Probably.
about,
Yeah.
Cabbage?
drivetrain, transaxle, one of the above, one of those. But yeah, basically most of those are some
I'm gonna take this.
unfriendly faces.
Don't shoot me. Don't shoot me.
Portion bar, jeez, guys. And then I believe Tristan asked if he could friend us on World of Tanks. Tristan, I unfortunately do not
Ouch.
have any space on my friends list. I have too many friends. Else I totally would add you.
Too many friends.
Too many friends.
The VK2 found an incline and it turns its turret. We'll flip it in real life.
Oh my god.
Thanks for bringing this extra information, guys. I didn't know stuff. That's crazy.
Oh, goodness.
Torsion bars, Michael. There you go.
Chat will always correct you when you're wrong, even when you're not.
That's how you get the right answer.
I got to be honest. I feel like our chat is pretty knowledgeable about history stuff and tank stuff.
Yeah.
I usually feel pretty solid in asking chat to clarify stuff that I'm not sure about. And I usually trust chat when they tell me I'm definitely wrong. Also because I know I'm not an expert on that stuff. I'm a hobbyist. And so if somebody confidently tells me that
Okay,
I'm
no
wrong,
worries, Pickle.
that I'm willing to believe them until proven otherwise, usually.
AKA whenever Chieftain tells us that we're wrong.
Which is frequently.
Help.
Yeah.
Somebody, please. Somebody.
By the way, if you've ever had a complaint about something in World of Tanks not working mechanically correctly according to how it works in a tanks, I can pretty much guarantee that
Thanks, team.
the chieftain has brought it up.
Almost definitely.
Thanks, team.
It's like anytime someone brings up that the STB1 should be able to wiggle side to side or like tilt side to side, but we can't do that with our engine.
Oh, the ELC even 90 snipe. You ready? Got him!
Nice.
Good shot.
I have a question. Do you three know if you know all of the tank's ammo racks? Like, where the location is? No. It's almost definitely not.
Sometimes it's in the butt, sometimes it's in the turret.
Yeah. Does Sophie Line tell you you're wrong?
She has before, yes. In a museum.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In a museum.
I'm someone who's not afraid to be wrong, so.
Oh, me neither.
But the main thing is
Read my forum
not
posts.
pretending that you know that you're right when you're not. I think is the main thing.
Today I mistook the King Tiger for being tier 7, tier 6.
Did someone will Wargaming North America do more tier 6 or 8 strongholds in the future?
Yes.
You guys did a little back and gave out boosters, and that was fun. Well, there you go.
It is. We want to do it with a little more prep so other people have the opportunity, because it was kind of a last minute thing that we did on a day that we kind of got off early, and we had some people volunteer to hang out and do some strongholds. So yeah, I think we will do more stuff like that in the future. Probably tier 6. Oh, there's an SC-130 PM that is almost definitely waiting to
Blap you?
put a couple new holes in my tank.
For aerodynamics.
For air.
Yeah.
For speed.
I am
Yeah.
speed.
Yeah, I mean, I think, like, most tank ammo racks, you're... Oh boy, there's even 90. That's how many
Game
get that.
question. Will they ever give us the Chieftain MBT, or is that a dead issue for PC?
It's not a dead issue, but it's not a currently growing one either.
Yeah.
The tank exists. So basically, for those of you who don't know, you're talking about the Chieftain Mark 6, I believe, right? The proper MBT. It exists. It's a tier 10. It's been tested, and it's too good. It's just too good. The combination of, I mean, even the T95 in the game is also already really good, kind of for different reasons. But the Chieftain Mark 6 is really, really, really good. The combination of mobility and armor and firepower is just crazy good. And the devs are kind of waffling on the fact that it currently has pretty historical stats, the version that's in the game. And they don't want to, like, artificially nerf it just to jam it into the game, and the feeling is kind of that it's just a little bit maybe outside of the tank's time range, or at least the technology range. Some people will point out that we have some vehicles in the game that are already artificially altered a little bit to fit into the balance a little bit better. That's true. I don't think any of them are as iconic as the Chieftain. So it's not a dead issue, but the devs haven't found a way to get it to a place that they like it yet. And despite, I'm sure that someone in chat right now is typing, if it was Russian, they would just put it in. just
Probably.
want to clarify.
So if that
Sure,
happens, can
someone's
we bring
typing.
back the E100, the waffle?
The Waffentrigger 100.
Like that will
Yeah.
be the counter.
I mean, that's kind of an example of a similar vehicle, though, right? Like they changed the numbers, they changed the numbers, they changed the numbers, they changed how it worked, and it was just like the tank, the concept of the tank was just broken. Like, and the Chieftain is kind of like that. It just has such a combination of speed and firepower and armor that it's just kind of not fair currently.
Michael, if you're I believe you're on our Discord. If you're on our Discord, you might be able to message Klaus on there.
You know, I think Domo
about
actually.
the Ontario Museum.
I think Domo reached out on your behalf.
Oh, okay.
So hopefully, Klaus will see it soon.
So, Justin brought up what issues are you working on, and I posted a link to our Moscow 2020 what
nice
is
shot.
going
That was a
on
lucky shot.
this
That
year
was a
in
nice
World
shot.
of Tanks. And then someone else asked, what are we doing to improve new player experience? And one of those things is, having hiccups.
Yeah, what?
No, one of those things is increasing the time to kill at lower tiers,
Okay,
which
that was a
gives
good
you
play.
more ability to learn
Whoa, that was
as
bad.
you play, because right now time to kill at
I
low
need some help.
tiers is so low that people don't have the time to learn what mistake they made. Whereas in other
that
games,
ELC.
you have things like
Oh, no.
respawns and you
Including
have higher time to
The
kill.
patrician ELC. My team sure took their sweet time getting there.
Yeah, they were hanging back for the entire time. I was.
Do y'all
getting-
wanna-
There we go. Captain Obvi says if it was Russia, they would just put it in.
Yeah.
There are some Russian tanks that they haven't put in the game either for the same reason. So.
Not the double barrel one. That one slid right in there.
13 Disciples said 2020 Moscow, what is coming? Failed to mention antenna physics, wargaming, please. We're trying 13 Disciple. We are lobbying them. We're laughing. We are lobbying them. Michael Wong, for those of you who don't know, Michael is a volunteer and photographer at the Ontario Regiment Museum. He puts out some awesome stuff at, I believe it's MCW Photography on Instagram. Correct me if I'm wrong, Mike. He says, it's awesome. Our Chieftain Mark 11 arrives tomorrow, and thanks, guys, for reaching out to Klaus for me. Oh, yes, the Chieftain. Glorious.
I am pressing the RNG button.
Glorious
again,
Chieftain.
Pressing the RNG button.
How many shots did I fire in total? Ooh, it was a fair
Joseph
amount. It was
Clemens
tough.
says there ain't nothing but cheaters on World of Tanks anymore.
Nothing?
Like me? I'm a cheater?
I mean, I just got 4 kills and finished second on my team, and I'm really bad, so I don't think
really
that's
bad.
true.
How do I load out my IS-3? Like I would load out almost any other heavy tank, honestly. Vert Stab, Gun Rammer, and Vents.
Mr. Meepus says, thanks for the IKEA platoon, guys. Yeah, it was good to bring one home,
problem.
bring a win home for the Swede boys.
Mine was defective because I died really quickly.
Oof.
I think mine was missing a screw.
Alrighty, so next platoon. People mistake good players for cheaters way too.
So I will say one thing about World of Tanks, and that as far as new player experience too, the mechanics of World of Tanks are intensely frustrating until you understand them, and I think that most people can go quite a long time without ever really understanding them. If you're relatively new to the game and you're watching the stream, which isn't super likely, or if you're watching this game and you have other people that you want to get into World of Tanks, have them watch our explaining mechanics videos, specifically visibility and the
Camo.
armor penetration one.
Tier 8.
Camo visibility and the armor penetration
Heads
one.
up, on the newcomers forum, there is, what is it, KBS? Yeah. It's my public channel for everybody, and where I've collected all of the tutorials for you to watch.
Alright, so
There you go. Watch those videos. You might, if you have never watched those videos, you might actually be surprised what you learn about it. My point
learned
in
a
saying
lot.
this is that if someone who understands all of the game mechanics and can use them to their complete most advantage will absolutely feel like they are cheating to someone who doesn't understand the mechanics.
Yeah.
Because the mechanics are in
Right.
such a way that you can get shot by invisible tanks. So you can feel like none of your shots penetrate because someone's angling and you don't realize where you need to shoot. And obviously those are like really simple base level examples, but you
Alright.
like World of Tanks is actually a really intensely complicated
Link
game.
dropped. Link dropped. Jeez, that's a lot of videos.
That sounds
Yeah.
fun, Tom Kwai.
Jeez, that's a lot of videos.
I collected them.
Oh my gosh.
He did.
Yeah, so y'all can just scroll along that forum thread, and yeah, a lot of the videos are on different types of tanks, as well as like just genuine new player stuff, like aiming and shooting.
There was once a thing called Tank Academy that
Yeah.
we did. On all the videos were
Right.
taken down,
Tier
but
8
I found them
count
and I put them
All
up
right.
there.
So I think we're ready for trade. So Tanquai said, I am correct. The Gao-8 Avenger is a gun made by a drunk army officer that a drunk Air Force officer made to fly and an even drunker Marine officer stole to use and put on a tank.
One. Go.
There you go. Tragic moves to Texas. Now everyone is y'all. The thing about y'all is it enters your lexicon because it's super useful. It's
Yeah.
one of those words that once you realize how utilitarian it is, you just pick it up.
It takes
We all
3
say
words
y'all
down
now.
to 1.
I promise you. Domo says y'all all the time. I say y'all all the time. And we're all Californians.
Yep. I think
Crazy
I said
Boop's not a
y'all before
Californian.
I even moved here because my dad's from Dallas.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. My dad is a original Texan.
Well, there you go. Oh, Voss is on the other team.
Oof.
What's he driving? The TS5. Oh, gross. I'm playing a Chinese tank. Huh? Well, gonna have to flank Voss.
Alright, so we only have 2 people left on our platoon wait list, and we have about 30 minutes left, so we do have plenty of time to platoon with quite a couple more people. So if you guys want to join the platoon wait list, I did drop the link.
Tahun Kwai says, by order of Serb, not 1 kilometer back. Ninjatronic says, any news on the black market? What's the black market? I've never heard of that.
Like it's
Do
a
you
secret
guys
or
stay in
something.
Toronto or Oshawa when you come up? Where did we stay? I think we stayed in Oshawa, or like whatever's like just next to Oshawa.
Yeah, it wasn't in Oshawa. We were in the next town over. I don't
Yeah.
remember which one it
Hold
was.
on.
Ottawa?
Okay.
No, it wasn't
No.
Ottawa. Ottawa's not just... Oh, that was a good arty shot.
Do you guys think Oshawott, the Pokemon,
Oshawott.
is named after...
Oshawott sounds like it
Canada?
should be the clan for the guys
Was
from
it
the...
Whitby?
From the
I think we
yeah, it was
we were
Whitby.
in Whitby.
Yeah, that sounds right.
Yeah, so we were in Whitby. We went to a nice Greek restaurant while we were there, too.
That was in Toronto proper, though, that we went. Yeah, so
I'm not
there's...
going to read that out loud, Rogers,
Oh.
but maybe.
Come to
Maybe.
Michigan. I can't believe how many states that's true in now.
That happened?
It's crazy.
Man, we picked a bad
Yeah,
time.
we were, Michael.
Oh, well, I'm glad that team damage is off because it just saved me some trouble. I'm gonna die.
Odd Dog says, been in Texas 5 years and 6 in Alabama. I don't, y'all.
Yeah. Hey, I mean,
I just double booped
Not
the
everyone's the same.
KV5.
did you really?
I
Cricketer, we went last year. We've been, I believe, every single year since we started the partnership with Ontario Regiment. But not all of us went. I believe some of the events prior to that were only a couple of people went, or only a very specific few other people went. So I believe Michael Levin, our now previous video producer, went almost every single year, I believe, besides for maybe like the first or second one. So.
We'll say we've gotten to do a lot of cool things with World of Tanks here. Gone to a lot of cool events. Everyone who's gone to a Keynote Tank weekend has had a great time.
Yeah. I can honestly say if I did not work for Wargaming, I never would have done any of the things that I've done. Are there any Texas World of Tanks events planned? We do want to do some in-person events here in Austin. We might go out of town. We'll see. That's I think on UCAB.
Yeah, it is. The short answer is that we will be having some cool events this year. They are not solidified yet. We are hoping to have a blueprint or a sketched version of the schedule for the year pretty soon here.
How's
You're
the
just
other
like
side of that
moving
bus?
barrel.
Some of it depends. We have some events that we have gone to in previous years that we're not sure if we're going to be able to go to this year.
Yeah.
But I would say Aquino's a pretty safe bet. Like we're going back to Aquino.
Thanks, Michael.
Just gotta finalize all the details. As far as Texas, yeah, we'll definitely try and do something in Austin for sure this year. But and if not in Austin, there's some other places in Texas we'd like to go. But nothing announced right now as far as in-person events.
Oh, how dare you?
Time Quest says, if you could own any World of Tanks tank in real life with no legal problems, which one would it be?
PBR, it could be a legal car.
For me, it would be the mouse so I can live in it.
Why not the Tog?
Yeah, why not the well, the mouse is cooler.
Yeah, but the Tog is longer.
Cygnus says, drive a tank in Minnesota. Got to see Tragic there. I was at that event too, Cygnus. Might not have seen me, but I was there. That was a cool event too. It was just insanely hot that day.
I got to shoot a machine gun, which was great. Got invited into a small room with a big gun and got to shoot it.
I don't know what I guess I would probably. This is going to be a boring answer, but I'd have a Sherman, just because who doesn't want to own a Sherman? It's so cool. I could just look at it every day, like drink my coffee sitting on it. You know, it'd be awesome.
I'd go to Aquino, says Edge of Insanity.
Nudge, nudge. Yeah. All right.
Wink, wink.
The guy that owns the IS3. I got to see the IS3 at Tank Fest, not last year, but the year before now, and it was really cool. It was really cool. It was running really rich when I saw it, though, but it was working.
One of my favorite stories from the Chieftain is the one about the T-95 and how someone found it in a field and the U.S. Army didn't believe them. They were like, the U.S. Army came by and they were like, oh, hey, that is one of our tanks, and they took it away. It's basically in the middle of a field for like 30 or 40 years or something like that.
Donald says that I missed the Watcher Code. I watched all so far and did hear you say we didn't have to play a game. The Watcher Code isn't going to be till Thursday, Donald. Sorry if there was any confusion. There's no Watcher Code today. There will be one Thursday.
Yep. I would love to see gold round loadouts limited.
I don't hate that idea at all. Yeah. I generally self-limit them. I usually, well, most tanks, not all tanks. And like in Chinese tanks, I bring the gold.
Yeah.
I bring the gold. But in most tanks I do, and I don't hate that idea. It's a good way. Thanks for the game, Tahan Kwai. Sorry, that was a course of mines, which Crazy should ban mines from his.
Any chance we'll be
banned
getting
other
new
things.
premiums in the shop? Almost definitely. Almost definitely.
Oh, there's an easy one. Did Cabbage receive damage in the last battle? That's almost always going to be a safe yes. Douglas says, have you all been to Bovington? I've been to Bovington once. I don't believe the other two have had the opportunity.
Is that spelled
I
right?
have not.
Bovington is primarily an EU event, so they usually go pretty hard there, and we get to watch jealously from this side of the Atlantic.
I spelled that wrong. Sorry.
I fixed it.
Okay. My bad.
Tier 10. Cabbage.
Tier 10.
We haven't played much Tier 10 today.
No, we have not.
Probably a good thing, because I've been playing terribly.
Do you not want people to know that you play like crap?
I mean, I think there's enough hours of me playing this game out there that people know. Edge goes, I'd go to Bovington, nudge. Yeah, me too. Me too, Edge.
Same. Would love to go overseas.
Chieftain went there. Yeah, I mean, Chieftain being the local expert who makes all the awesome videos gets to go all the cool places.
Tier 10 count.
Loved Operation Think Tank 2012. Any plans for future panels? It's a good idea. No current plans, but it's a cool idea.
Yeah, tier 10.
Cabbage is the best player. I'm not even the best
Tier
player in this
10.
room.
Count in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Bovington doesn't do battle reenactments like Ontario Regiment does.
I saw them do some reenactments, although I don't know. I mean, you could mean something else by like, but they do reenactments. At least they did the year I was there, which was 2018.
The one in Ohio did a reenactment that was really cool too.
Yeah, well, D-Day Ohio the whole thing is built around a reenactment, so there's tons of reenactments.
Yeah, that was really, really cool.
Yeah, it wasn't the most detailed thing, John, but they did some. Cab said doo-doo. Thanks,
Two
guys.
people called
Thanks,
out
guys.
for that.
Thanks, guys. Thanks for pointing that out.
There
I was
will
worried
be-
chat was too mature, and then that happened and made me feel better about it.
There will be a weekly watcher code.
Ed says, I saw all of you guys in Ohio. Tragic gave me lots of pins. Oh, neat. I guess I did. We did meet you. I also met Zero. Were you hanging out with Zero, Edge? Because I talked to Zero for a while. Were you hanging out with him?
Say what?
D-Day is immersive. Yeah, the Toronto guys came down to D-Day and had a good time, was my understanding.
Yeah,
Oh, man.
Sorry about the crackling noise. It was the SDI cables.
It wasn't me.
Yeah, our SDI cables were being super weird. So, it's fixed now.
But yeah, D-Day Ohio, if you haven't been, just the experience of the C-47, and then they're not real P-51s, is my understanding. They're replica, slightly smaller scale. But just flying right over the beaches is a really cool experience.
Guys, there won't be a weekly watcher code until Thursday. We just have to get it all set up. So, video quality is bad. You should turn up the video quality in the little cog at the bottom of the YouTube screen. We do stream in 1080p, 60 frames per second.
I thought it was in the Leopard.
We should not have any issues.
Yeah, bitrate has been looking pretty healthy today, too. I was with Meathead and Chieftain for a bit. You guys were running the giveaways and stuff.
Oh. Okay.
Gotcha.
Okay. Then I don't know what to tell you. we're definitely running 1080p.
Yeah, sorry about that, Justin. Had issues. Tom Quai says, can we add the Timberwolf mech from Battletech as a tier 11 for the Chinese tree? That would be cool, wouldn't it?
Yeah, because the Timberwolf wouldn't just kick everything around.
Any plans for special operations like Steel Hunter, and when is Frontline coming back?
As a matter of fact.
But both of those are coming back in the new year. Those are going to be later on.
Well, it is the new year.
Well, okay, it's going to be later on this year. 20.
Yes.
Can Artie leave me alone? I'd like that, please.
Thanks for the free T-shirt last summer, by the way. You're welcome.
So I call the codes?
Oh, I missed this quality fine here. Yeah, I'm sorry if you guys are having quality issues. I think it might be local just because we have had bitrate issues here, but it's looking pretty good right now. It's been pretty healthy today. Oh my, this is...
Yeah. We do have other people saying that they're having fine quality on all different difference. Yeah, guys, force 1080p because
Squash!
360. It'll auto to 360. So.
One of those Arties is really trying to get me. That's the second time that Artie shot landed right where I was.
T92?
In the middle? Is that what are you just saying numbers?
No, I was saying that Artie.
Okay.
Weekly Watcher Code Halloween Scavenger Hunt. So, Weekly Watcher Code has not changed in like 5 months. The only reason why it's changed for this month is because it doesn't have a mission, and that's it. But it will have a mission next month. We're always trying to improve these things just so that you guys get the most out of your time and effort. So we do want to give you guys that.
You dead, friend?
No. Not dead.
He's still healing up, GPC. GPC asked how your ankle was doing.
Yeah, it's pretty good. I mean, it's as good as can be expected. I have an X-ray in a couple weeks here, and we'll find out if it's ready to walk on. But I'm doing physical therapy every day. For those of you who don't know, I broke my ankle on Thanksgiving, like a genius. And I had some surgery, and they put in some metal, and now I'm gonna hopefully be able to walk again soon. Yeah, it was the ankle. I broke my ankle in 3 places. It was funny. I went into the ER and I was like, I'm pretty sure I broke my ankle because I don't exaggerate things when I go to the doctor. I'm pretty literal with what the problem is, and I was like, something's broken. I could tell, and I'm sure that people come in and say that, and then they find out it's a sprain all the time. But I knew it was broken. I could feel it. And then he's like, all right, we'll see. And he takes the X-ray and comes back, and he's like, you didn't just break it. You broke it really well.
You broke it really
You did a really good job.
Jeez.
Man, it sounds like he gave you a high score in breaking your ankle.
He kind of did. I didn't know exactly what the problem was at that time, and then he was like, yeah, it's going to be a while.
GPC asked, do you have one of those wheelie things that you put your leg on? Yes.
Yeah.
I do.
It's a little scooter.
And we call him Turbo.
Turbo.
That hasn't happened yet that I'm aware of.
I've been calling you Turbo.
No one's calling me Turbo to my face.
Oh, no.
I have
To
definitely
your
been calling you
face.
Turbo behind your back.
But I'll take it. I'll take it.
Wrecker says, Cabbage has a prosthetic foot now. Crazy how technology do that.
I want that Skoda to die.
Gotta excel at something, right?
Yeah, right. Cabbage. Sorry. Oh, am I abandoning you, Squash? I'm sorry. I was
That
going to go
leopard
Wait,
first round.
ETA
hold
is
up.
right there.
What is pickleball?
This is where the leopard is, everybody. Just want you to know that.
Ephemeral Dream says, sounds like my sister tore her Achilles playing pickleball.
Oh
pickleball?
man, that sounds horrible. You want me to
I
just
wanna
do
know.
this? I'm gonna do this. Let's do this. This is how men die
Have
in
you been
World of Tanks.
camping? Look at your health.
So, Oatmeal Cookies, unfortunately, he didn't have the kind of cast that you'd think he might have had.
Well, I'm not the one camping, but their team certainly is.
Don't ever try to punt a bowling ball. I will try not to. Picture tennis on a half court with wiffle balls. Oh, interesting.
Paddle
All right.
Where I want to ask where
Sound
the pickle
like-
comes in, but I think that's dirty sounding.
Yeah. Pickleball is like lazy tennis. Don't you mean badminton?
I will say, one of the things about having a broken ankle, can you get under the ledge and light them? I'm sorry, I don't know what you mean by under the ledge.
Like, get.
I don't know this map that well.
I think he means at like C7.
C7. Oh, okay, like
Yeah.
push up.
Yeah.
Maybe. I don't think I can afford... Okay. I think I'll die if I push that, to be honest. Right now.
Meanwhile, at base.
Yeah. Yeah, I kind of wish I'd flex back to base like
Hey,
I planned.
badminton is a fast-paced game. It is, but it
G30 is up.
basically
All right.
looks like
I'll go for
slow
it.
tennis.
I'll go for it. Let's do it. If you start the steer, I can hit him.
I don't know if there's anyone close enough to spot you right now, which is okay. So.
Looks like at least one already is focused on our base.
You know,
Alright.
the first time that I played on this map, I went into the pool that's right behind you.
Did you?
Yeah. Went straight into it because I was just like, oh, I'm just going to like go to the corner of the
What?
What did you do?
I'm about to die to that from that STRV, probably.
Probably. What GPU processor do you suggest for the best WOD experience? Honestly, any from the last generation.
Yeah, you don't need a top of the line to get the best, but World of Tanks will scale really well with whatever you want to put in it.
Yeah.
At home I have a 1070. I haven't felt the need to upgrade, and I can completely pretty much max WOD out.
Grant, do you know that you can actually report someone for self-destruction of their vehicle on purpose? You should report that person with a replay to our ticket system
Where's this STRV?
because it's considered physics abuse to destroy your own tank like that.
Turn, turn, turn.
A potato can run World of Tanks. True.
Yes, but
Yeah, Randall, we're gonna have Tank Tank show tomorrow.
I found him. Die.
You're dead. I'm super dead.
Nope.
Ooh.
Not today.
Already was ready.
Conan says, any word of being able to watch replays outside of the client? Not in the current timeline. Although that would be cool. I definitely think that's a good idea.
Do you have to put in more than one ticket when more people? No, just one with a replay would be sufficient for all of those.
GG, thanks for the carry squash.
All right, so we have like 10 minutes left. Do you want to try for a battle, or do you want to?
I think we do one more if it's lower tier.
It's
our choice.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got. Was
Oh,
it?
wait, sorry, tier 8.
Yeah, tier 8.
Oh, War Dog was. Oh, we're coming around again.
Yeah.
War Dog, do you mind if we do a lower tier?
I would
Just to
say
get him a little
invite
quicker?
him and ready up a lower tier.
Yeah.
I already invited him. He's got.
All right.
pretty
We can
low
just do the
right
tier 8. We'll survive.
Okay. All right.
We'll go a little bit
Tier
over
eight.
today.
Out in, get ready.
Bring the TL1.
Yeah, there are lots of resources that will help you build a PC to maximize your gaming experience for basically any game.
Oh, wait. People are going to get mad at me.
One is partpicker.com or something like that.
PC part picker.
PC Part Picker. There's also just like different websites and forums that
There's a
will help
website where you can
Alright.
pick a game,
5,
and then it'll build a
Four,
PC that'll run that game the best.
3, 2, 1, go. Dang. I didn't. Jeez. When is Bingo coming back? We'll see. I am thinking of doing a more interesting, sort of different, like mini game that we can play. If you guys noticed, our channel actually has channel points, which is a normal Twitch thing on Twitch. So if you're on a different platform and you're viewing that. So on Twitch, we have channel points. So I'm going to try and see if we can do something with those channel points. I might try and do a stream game for us, something like... I'm thinking Connect 4. Connect 4 would
Connect
be
4?
Yeah.
How is that different than bingo?
So basically my idea would be, so people can earn channel points just by watching our stream. And my idea is I would have like a little Connect 4 and basically stream when someone redeems that reward. They get to pick a row, and I'll put a little dot there. And then we get to go. So we'll play against chat. There's another channel that does that. It's called... what is it called? I forget their channel, but basically they have this giant wooden Connect 4, and I think that would be cool for us to do as well. So
I'm the devil at Connect 4.
Conan asks, Object 277 or IS7? Conan, I think it honestly, it really depends on what you're looking for. Obviously, the 277 is a heavium. Oh boy, that was dumb.
but everyone understands
And the
bingo.
IS7 is more of a classic heavy.
Maybe I'll try to bring back bingo.
So I would say, depending on which of those two things you want, do that. Is there another wheelie boy there?
No.
Why isn't my turret turning? Oh boy, I have totally fudged this. I survived, but it was bad. I got shot by two wheelie boys. There was a Lynx and an EBR.
Or I could still
see the
bring
EBR.
back bingo and make it so anytime someone redeems something, I'll do some sort of randomizer and have it pick like a letter and a number.
Caught that projectile on
And
fire.
then just put it down. We'll see, guys. I'll pick one of the above. It'll be fun. Nobody gets my 80s Connect 4 reference.
Did we? Oh, for a second there, I thought we killed each other and had shells pass in midair. That would have been hilarious.
Dang. Rogers. Probably not. Probably not. I'm in a game on Lakeville and 2 people drowned so far.
What the heck? Why? John says, I quit my IS7 as suggested by Lemming Rush. Much more enjoyable to play. Yeah, I mean, Lemming Rush certainly a good advice giver. That guy understands the game on a level that most people just
will never achieve.
Will never, yeah.
I think last year I drowned 4 times. Oof.
Oh,
Hopefully not on
you got your
purpose.
battle journey? Yeah, if you guys haven't checked out your battle journey, I think it's battlejourney.com, right? You can log in with your World of Tanks account, and then it's a cool little interactive menu that'll show you a bunch of stats from the 2019 year.
Penguin,
You've probably got an email about
let's
it.
not talk about politics, please. Not in our chat, thank you.
Even geopolitics, yeah. This is a strict no politics, no religion zone.
Yeah.
Not that we don't have our own opinions on those things. Just this is about video games and hanging out.
Yeah.
We want to keep things.
We may be
light.
a war video game, but let's not talk about actual war.
For those of you who may have seen, and I highly recommend if you haven't, watch the video that went up yesterday. That we put together a little video of various soldiers from various nations in World War II, actual letters that were sent back and forth from home to people on the front. It's a pretty moving experience. The real lesson there is, while it's fun to play war games, real war is not fun. It is horrifying, and
Drive wheel. There you go. Aw. I mean,
Thanks,
literally
team.
a tank game. Tanks are war.
yes, war games are
World
fun.
of Warships. I mean, dang.
Real war, not fun.
Oh, everybody abandoned me. Cool.
Yeah.
Correct.
Cool.
Yep.
Well, in fairness, I abandoned you because I left the plane of the living. We still have our boy War Dog in there.
Alrighty, so it is just about the end of the stream.
You don't want to watch War
You
Dog?
don't want to watch War
You
Dog?
don't want to watch War Dog?
You want to show War Dog?
He's still
We gotta
fighting.
War Dog's gonna carry this game. We
Alright.
gotta show him off.
Okay, but as we're doing that, let's...
GMB says get good crazy. CabbageMechanic says, what was that site again? I believe it's battlejourney.com.
BattleJourney.
Because you don't love
me
me
double
enough,
check.
Jambi.
Anyways, do you guys have any closing words?
I believe it's 2019.battlejourney.com, but I think battlejourney.com will take you there. All one word. Thanks, Watt, for the letters. Very moving. Yeah, check out that video if you haven't. It's really quite well put together.
I thought it was. I thought my love was strong enough for Jambi, but it's not.
Yeah, I you know, everyone be good people, be nice. We'll be back on Thursday with some more news, some more games, and enjoy. And make sure to get all your holiday app stuff done because it's ending soon.
Can we say like and subscribe? Is that
No.
Like and subscribe.
like and subscribe?
All right.
Yes, it's good to be back, and thank you for all coming and letting enabling us to do this because we have a lot of fun hanging out with you guys.
Yeah, I like you guys. You guys are cool.
Most of you.
All right.
Most of you are cool.
If you are on Twitch, we are going to be rating Youngers. Hear you?
Hey, all right.
He is currently streaming World of Tanks.
Cool.
So, any last words, guys?
Yeah, let's confirm the end of holiday ops.
All right.
What the date? Sorry.
So,
Somebody asked if it was the 14th, and I don't remember off the top of my
It's
head.
January 13th.
It
at 4
ends
a.m.
on the 14th, but it ends at 3:20 a.m. PT.
So effectively the 13th.
Which
Yeah.
means
You should operate as if it ends the 13th.
Yeah. The ops didn't get extended. I believe the what got extended?
The vehicle slots.
vehicle
So the
slots.
vehicles that you put for the bonus slots, those are going to be extended till closer to the end of January.
But like all the ornaments and stuff. That's
All
done.
right.
all the ornaments
You
stuff will be
guys-
over.
If you guys want to hop over to World of Tanks Twitch NA, so World of Tanks NA, and we're gonna be sending you guys over to Young.
R.I.P. War Dog. Good try. Have a good night, guys. We'll catch you
All
on
right.
Thursday.